Hey, what's up, y'all? It's JPS Delivers. Still, again, just making another late video at night. Girlfriend's asleep, just dealing with the sickness and stuff, so I don't want to wake her up at all. Still leading the league in points. You got Steph Curry, rebounds. Now you got Karl Anthony Towns. I had a huge game with him. Let's go back to that game, stats-wise. So let's see. He's catching the ball a lot more on the right side of the court. It hit those shots, but yeah, so you had a 36-19 game right here, but this one's a huge one. 42 or 43 points, 22 rebounds, 7 assists, and I also had 3 blocks. He's starting to get a lot of blocks, and I bet he's probably going to start being in the MVP race if I start using him well like that, so that's really interesting. Assist-wise, still Bledsoe's kicking ass, leading the league in assists. Kawhi Leonard's still leading the league. And steals, we'll have to see blocks per game. Still Giannis. I mean, he's right behind Kawhi for steals per game, but he's leading the league by 0.1 in blocks per game. And you see just how good Giannis is. I mean, he's in top 2 in each of these. First in blocks, second in steals. And Porzingis is right behind him in blocks. But look at the steals difference. It's 2.8. That's nearly 3 steals on its own. It's insane. He's playing so well. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be in the race easily for MVP. So that's very interesting. Turnovers per game still quiet. And 3. Oh, your boy CJ Miles, but it looks like Kyrie's really kicking ass on threes. He's got 50%. It's nearly the same thing with James Harden. Ken Basemore. Of course, JJ Redick. Got to keep it up for the white guys, right? Got to keep it up. And but it's really impressive to see Kyrie, because he's attempting at least 4 per game, and Harden especially. I mean, attempting nearly 8 per game, and he's shooting 49%. That's really impressive. But yeah, this team, it's going to be interesting to see how they are down the stretch. 15-24. I was just 9-20, so I guess I just went 6-4 in the last 10 games. Now back at it again. Be playing Giannis and the Kings. See, they're 20-18. They're usually a team that's going to find themselves in the playoff race. Oh, man. But yeah, go ahead and get started on that. Should be really interesting. But again, y'all, appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and just get off of this commentary. I'll start commentating throughout the games coming up soon. I just want to say thanks a bunch, y'all, and have a good one. Always be thankful and grateful. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate the support.
This is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings.
You can't fight the friction.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the Cap. The playoff picture becoming more clear as every day goes by. Chris, do you feel the 16 spots is the right amount of teams that should make the playoffs, make the postseason?
Yeah, I do. You can't have more than half. You can't have much more trying to make it to the playoffs. And listen, every team shouldn't make the playoffs. There's winners and there's losers. You have to deal with it. So, I feel like, yes, that number of 16 is right on the mark.
Well said. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Towns is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Hill. Then it's G, and it's Conley in at the 1 spot. Antetokounmpo kicks to Moutier. The pass to Conley. Towns dishes to Nance. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Here's Conley. A 17-point game for him in the win against Portland. Nance a screen. And G has it in the corner. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randle. So it's Detroit now. It's a 3-point game.
Oh, can't believe he missed that one. I thought for sure that was going on.
Sacramento moving it around, and that one good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
Now we'll go to DA, who had a chance to talk with head coach Dave Yeager. David?
Well, Kevin, the crucial aspect in his mind is making things tough for them inside. He said they're a physical team, and they bring a lot of intensity. If we don't respond when they push us, we'll just get bullied all game. They're going to get down in the paint tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And Towns gets it to go.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
It's early, but he's off to a terrific start. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep his foot on the pedal.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He really played well in that last game against Golden State. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And we take a look here at the shot chart.
And guys, really the story for him has been his struggles from mid-range. I mean, some of them have been rushed. Others were just tightly contested. But he has to be a lot smarter on when to pull up or when to look for a teammate going forward in terms of winning this game.
Conley with the 3. Here's G. Makes it off the glass. G's got his first bucket in this one.
The passion, the skill, taking full advantage on the offensive board.
Moutier with the ball. He had 10 points in the win against Golden State.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
Here's G. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Oh, man, that was just great play calling. Guys worked the ball around for good shots. Extremely unselfish all night.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Randle with the bucket.
Oh, man, they've taken 4 shots and made all of them. Terrific way to start off this one. Now, one of the issues the Kings have had over the last decade or so is that they haven't had much consistency at the coaching spot. That turnover is a recipe for chaos for a team.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Randle. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Sacramento shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
And the Pistons making a change here. Portis is checked in.
Not your run-of-the-mill big man from the line. This guy can stroke it.
Kicks it to Hill. To the paint. Nice shot by Portis.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Moutier looking for his first basket still in this one. Baseline J on the way. Not going to go that time. Nance with some nice D.
Oh, you finally see a miss there after hitting their first 4 shots of the game.
Nance a screen. And G has it in the corner. And then G with the jam. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Moutier pass to Randle. Back to Moutier. Launches a 3. Good on the triple. The Pistons trail it. Now Conley. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Here's Portis, and there's another one for the Pistons.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
So the Kings call timeout, their first chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
And of course, this is a new season. Both teams have added new wrinkles. We'll see which one has made more progress.
Parker's checked in for the Kings. And a switcher also for Detroit. Ingram's checked in. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Nance dishes to Conley. Back to Nance. 6 on the shot clock. Conley kicks to Hield. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Valanciunas passes to Stevenson. Back to Valanciunas. And the former 5th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Valanciunas is still only scratching, people feel, the surface of his true potential.
And he's had a few bouts with the injury bug, Kevin, but when he's right, he's a load. Struggles defending on the perimeter, but his rebounding and rim protection have gotten more nasty as he's matured.
Williams, he's checked in for Sacramento. Matthews comes in for Lance Stevenson. Here's Parker. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Parker's got his first basket of the night.
And Parker just super efficient at shooting from inside the paint with shots like that one.
The feed now to Conley. The shot comes out. Nice D from Valanciunas. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Man, that's just tremendous court vision and timing. That assist was right on the money.
Nance down low. He's guarded by Williams. Nance a screen on Parker. Over in the corner, Portis. The 3 buries the long-range jumper. Portis has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Parker passes to Matthews. Back to Parker. Valanciunas with a screen on Conley. It's rebounded by Portis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Shocking. He bricked that one. That shot usually is money for him.
Parker dishes to Matthews. Kept alive by Sacramento. Parker with it. Conley picks him up. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. That's tipped. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. And that one's good. Parker.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Pass to Portis. Launches it. Now the dish to Hield. Here is Conley. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Portis. A lot of franchises have something that they are known for or place a lot of pride interest. And for the Pistons, that is easy to decipher. This team, this city, loves defense.
Well, most teams adapt the heart and the identity of their city, and there is a very blue-collar attitude with the great teams of the Pistons, and the city of Detroit loves to rally around teams like that. This city has a no-nonsense approach, and that pervades into their sports team.
Pass to Nance. In the corner, it's Healed. Back to Nance. Nice ball movement by Detroit. That's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews. 34 seconds left to play in the first. Clock at 4. And Nance kicks to Portis. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Portis has got the game tied up here for the Pistons. Parker passes to Williams. And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist by Williams. And that's now 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nance outside. And it's Conley penetrating. Comes up empty down low.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's just picture-perfect defense there. Really.
Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
And it's why they're shooting such a high percentage from the floor. They're willing to run the offense all the way through.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. They've got Ingram. Portis is out there with Towns. And it's Conley. And it's Healed in at the 2 spot. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, point guard Mike Conley has been a lefty-dominant player his whole career, but off the court, he's actually right-handed. He first picked up a ball at 13 months of age, and he said, "I just did it with my left hand for some reason, and ever since then, my mind felt it was left-handed, and it came to basketball." Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. Similar to Greg Monroe. Passes it to Portis. Lots of room, and it's Sacramento. With the rebound. Stevenson dishes to Moutier. Back to Stevenson. And Zhang kicks to Stevenson. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Now it's a 4-point Sacramento lead. To the paint, here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
Love whenever Ingram rises for the jam, just flushing it home in the face of the opposition.
Picked by Randle. Zhang, the pass to Moutier. And Moutier throws it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
Oh, yeah, and as a big man, you need such an aggressive move. That's the tone that you want to set, the attitude that you're trying to play with. Your teammates will follow. Well, even though the defense made their presence felt, he needs to hit inside shots like that.
Matthews, no one around him. No good on the 3. Pistons trail by 4. In the corner, it's Healed, stolen by Stevenson. Shoots from the baseline. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's 7 points for Emmanuel Moutier. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Well, it sure feels like more and more the league is demanded now. More players with skill at every position. Guys, Chris, who can dribble and pass and shoot. Do you think you'd have been even more valued if you played in today's game?
You know what? A legend once told me not to kind of look back and compare or to wonder about what could have been. And I don't know. I do like the fact that when I had that skill set, it was appreciated by my coach, teammates, and some fans. But for most people back then, they would say you're trying to do too much, or it doesn't mean anything to have 5 assists a game or to get guys involved. And you know, for me, I just thought that the more you can do, the better you are at all skill sets. The more you kind of make yourself valuable to your team, the more you should be on the court, and it validates that. So for me, I just took all my favorite players and I stole from them. I wanted to be like them, and I thank the generations that came before me that allowed me to see what the game should look like, and then, you know, add my own little style and flair to it, and do my own thing.
Good point. Here's Burke. That's short off the rim.
Really surprised he clanked that one. He makes those on the regular.
Outside Matthews. Stevenson outside. Back to Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Shumpert with the steal. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for Jang. Chris, you were one of the best passing bigs to ever play in the NBA. When you look around the league now, who do you feel is the best passer in the post?
Oh, I mean, when you look at if you look at Blake Griffin, I mean, just such a great a passer. Look at the Gasol brothers; they're just incredible in seeing over the defense. And if you want to include Draymond Green as a big fella, he's definitely one of the best passing big men out there. So I love seeing the tradition continue with big fellas that can pass the rock.
Well said. Dishes it to Matthews. Yep, it counts. And the Kings lead by 4.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Portis. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Julius Randle.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Now, when you watch this Detroit team play, you can't help but think about perhaps one of the most legendary teams ever to play in the NBA, the Bad Boys Pistons. The amazing team that would deliver back-to-back titles to my city of Detroit. One of the toughest teams ever in any sport.
Randle with the bucket.
I mean, he's just been huge today for his team. Without his hot shooting, there's no way they'd have the lead.
Ingram kicks to Portis. He dishes it to Ingram. It's hauled in by the Kings. Randle's got his 5th rebound in this one. And those back-to-back titles for the Bad Boys coming in 89 and 90. One of the few teams, Chris, to get the better of Jordan for a brief stretch of time.
Well, I tell you what, I grew up on this team. My home, Detroit. I love this team, the Pistons, the Bad Boys. This was a team full of characters, and they were all tough as nails. Zeke was the leader, but 1 through 5, and on the bench, everyone would put an elbow in your chest to discourage your shot.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Julius Randle. Antetokounmpo comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Parker subbed in for Lance Stevenson.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And the foul called on the Sacramento Kings. The Pistons have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Now, the Kings haven't had too many deep runs in the playoffs, but they have had some fantastic players over the years. Ever since their move to Sacramento in 1985, they've had some of the most exciting talent in the league.
And Chris, I would agree that most fans would call you the greatest Sacramento King ever to play.
Well, we've had some great players, and Oscar Robertson wasn't in that Sacramento era. I'm lucky for that because he's one of the greatest players of all time. And you can also make a case for Mitch Richmond. His teams didn't win, but he was an incredible scorer.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Hield comes in for Shumpert, and it's Mike Conley in for Burke. Conley kicks to Towns. Inside. Portis, the pass to Towns. Feeds to Conley. Five to shoot. There's the pass to Portis. Detroit, no good that time either.
He's been able to connect here in the second half after hitting one in the first.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Valanciunas. And here's Moutier. 10 points for him. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pulls up on the wing. That misses off the backboard. Sacramento leading by 7, and the call will be against Tony Parker. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Conley, the pass to Portis. Back to Conley. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
That's what you call freestyling, getting improvisational. You can do that when the defense is nowhere to be found.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Valanciunas, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. For Sacramento, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
Detroit has had such a rich history with the Pistons, and there have been so many great players to put on the blue and red. Just think about it. Guys from the Bad Boys era like Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Even further back with guys like Bob Lanier.
Here's Towns. Hits the jump hook. Towns has got 9. 1:41 left in the second quarter. Parker with it. 6 points for him. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. Back to Parker. Second shot opportunity. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Detroit.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Pistons, Chris, have always had great players, even in down years. And one name that pops into my mind was Grant Hill before he injured his ankle.
Well, yeah, and you can talk about so many other players. Let's just talk about Dave Binger. Even think about other players like Bob Lanier, but it's hard to pick one player who encapsulates the franchise for Detroit as the titles have come from a strong starting 5. But I would say Isaiah Thomas is the greatest Piston ever, and it's hard to argue with that. He owns a lot of the team's records. He was the #1 pick for the Pistons. He got us 2 rings.
From beyond the arc, Moutier, no good. Pistons trail by 5. Here's Towns, and the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Sacramento making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. There's 48 seconds left in the first half of the game. Ingram, and stolen by Zhang.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Now, they have to get going here if they want to capitalize on that. Go for the quick bucket here. He was a little overzealous there, trying to carve his way through the defense, and they were having none of it.
Kicks to Nance. 13 feet away. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Heel. Sacramento's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Zhang, a screen. Moutier kicks to Zhang. He feeds it to Parker. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Pass to Hield. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Detroit. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room.
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. We're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Kings, Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Lance Stevenson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just one in the basket for Mudiay. Mudiay's got 12.
That's an aggressive approach to the rack, but still he calmly floated it in.
Towns, a screen on Stevenson. There's the feed to Towns. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Stevenson. He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Mudiay dishes to Randle. Nance with the rebound. Nance has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Towns kicks to Conley. Here's G. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Chris, you played for 5 different teams. How much does the city you live in and call home matter during an NBA season?
Well, it's different for everybody. You know, it's different for everyone. It was great to go home to Detroit for me because I wanted to live and stay in my city. I wanted to eat my mother's cooking before the game. You know, not many times could I do that. You know, I can only do that once or twice or once a year playing on the West Coast. So, you know, those type of things, being close to your family, you know, if you have younger siblings or children, that type of thing, you know, if you have kids with school they go to, you know, I've seen players take and weigh all those things. But for me, I've just been blessed to play in some great places with great fans. Washington, D.C. was a wonderful place. You know, that city really showed us a lot of love as a young team trying to find our way. And then Sacramento, you know, just some of the greatest fans in the world as well, just embracing us. And they had embraced the Sacramento Kings in so many losing seasons. So that's just who they were. Their character was just that of encouragement. And so I'm glad that we were able to give the people of Sacramento what they have been waiting for so long, and that's some exciting basketball. And so, you know, the cities that you play for are very important. And me as a fan, you know, I still thank the Bad Boys for how they represented the city of Detroit during those years, and Isaiah and Joe Dumars and Bill Laimbeer. So for me, just from a fan perspective, the relationship with the city, the players, is always important.
Well said. Just 5 to shoot. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
The defense got super lucky there because he does not miss many of those.
Screened by Valanciunas. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. Valanciunas. Rebound, Detroit. Nance has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Conley kicks to Towns. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 12 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
They're taking any look they can get from there and just making it rain from the perimeter right now.
Nance passes to Towns. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. The Kings in second.
Tremendous shot selection this whole past month. You look at their field goal percentage over that time, really impressive.
Wesley Matthews checked in for Sacramento. And with the Kings, Chris, playing in a smaller market, you know about that market well, they rarely get a chance to make big free agent signings. I mean, what's been the key?
Well, it's something that just isn't present in any other NBA city. The Kings are the only ticket in town and are loved by the city of Sacramento. The outreach and community interaction the Kings have is absolutely fantastic, and you can tell the players know how special a place it is to play.
Here's Towns. He doesn't hit that one. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
Oh, he hasn't started this game on the right foot, but it hasn't slowed his team from grabbing the lead.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. Conley against Stevenson. Now here's Conley. He's got 8. Here's Nance. And it comes off the front of the rim. Stevenson dishes to Valanciunas. Randle no good. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. For Sacramento, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Stevenson outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Stevenson's got 4 assists in the game.
Love the assist right there. Excellent use of the bounce pass.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
And coach may need to revisit his play calling because it feels more like the other team is anticipating their every move.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Williams comes in for Julius Randle. And Parker subbed in for Lance Stevenson. Shumpert against Matthews. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Matthews has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Towns in the corner. No one near him. He squares up and sinks it.
Oh, he's been basically perfect so far in this quarter, especially on offense.
Parker outside. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Burke kicks to G. Towns a screen on Parker. Burke the pass to Nance. Here's G. Buries it from 3-point range. G's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Williams against Nance. Antetokounmpo dishes to Williams. Basket counts. Williams has got it all tied up now for the Kings.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right. To the bucket.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Sacramento Kings get called for the foul.
And Sacramento playing in their new arena here, the Golden One Center. Fans are pleased with the opening of the stadium. Many of them have fought for over the last decade. This main video board is huge, practically the entire size of the court.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. G's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Bobby Portis subbed in for Nance. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
That free throw, no good. And it's great to see the Kings with a new home and being firmly planted here in Northern California in Sacramento.
You'll have to miss the old stomping ground for the Kings. It was one of the loudest places to play in the NBA for a long time. I still have beautiful dreams of 20,000 people shaking cowbells. What a beautiful sound.
Burke with it. He's picked up by Parker. To the wing right side. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Kumbo. With the teardrop. And Parker with the layup. Parker's got 8 points.
Yeah, and even though he's a little older now, Parker still possesses exceptional speed. He really turns on the Jets in transition for easy looks like that.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Kumbo. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. There's 47 seconds left in the third. And Matthews kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Matthews. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Matthews has got 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Portis. To the inside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And Kings head coach Dave Yeager spent 9 seasons coaching in Memphis, 3 as the head coach, and helped them establish one of the top defensive reputations in the league.
Well, even before he took over as head coach in Memphis, he was a defensive coordinator of sorts, the architect of their defense from 2010 on. Just as important as his schemes, though, the Grizz always played hard for him. Grit and grind. That's what the Kings need.
Here's G. 8 points for him. Burke. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Burke's got his second bucket.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
Well, that's because...
And now let's take a listen in to a recent huddle from Coach.
Stay aggressive. Keep them moving.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. G is out there with Portis. Then it's G. Then there's Amari Shepard. And it's Burke and hit the one. Parker kicks to Stevenson. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Stevenson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Kings. Now Burke. He kicks to G. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
It appears as if he just spaced out temporarily there. Really an unfortunate turnover.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jang. And here is Parker. Teardrop shot. Yes, it is. Or that is a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way. And this has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
Well, it's really been a tight contest. No reason to believe it won't be into the final buzzer.
Here's Stevenson. Rebound, Detroit.
He gets paid the big bucks to hit shots like that consistently. He failed to do so there.
They set the pick. Burke, the pass to Shumpert. Burke kicks to G. 6 to shoot. And G with the stuff. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
They get the rebound. It's deflected. The drive by...
Oh, see that? And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And Stevenson gets to Valanciunas. So he gets... The whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Matthews, and it's Moutier in for Parker. Towns is checked in for the Pistons. Ingram comes in for G. Count that one.
I mean, he was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feel.
Not at all. You can tell his confidence is really soaring as a result. He wants the ball in his hands any chance he can get it. And that's a well-placed pass right there, right where his teammate can do something with it.
Burke kicks to Shumpert. Lets it fly. Again, Shumpert missing.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Oh, see that?
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. The time for the ball, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Great resolve there on defense, allowing nothing easy.
Out to Shumpert, puts up a three. Offensive rebound, shoots the three.
Cold start to this game for him. A lot of his shots have been off.
Another miss by Shumpert. In the corner, it's Stevenson. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Now here's Burke, defended by Moutier. Portis, the pass to Burke, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. The first free throw is good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
It's just so frustrating for a team when you collectively go cold at the line, and that's happened to them here in the second half.
Stevenson can't hit.
Well, first let's talk about the pick. That was as lazy of a screen as I've ever seen. You have to commit on it if you want to get your teammate open.
Well, you look at Brandon Ingram, and certainly a great body for the game of basketball. But guys, it's his skill really completes the package, wouldn't you say?
Oh, no doubt about it. Shot over 40% from three-point range at Duke. He can handle and pass like a guard. One concern, though, he did shoot under 70% from the free throw line, and great shooters usually do better than that.
And the Pistons making a change here. Nance is checked in.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's just picture-perfect defense there. Really stifled this man and gave him no chance at a clean look.
Back to Towns. The baseline jumper goes down. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
I mean, at some point, you got to think about subbing some of these guys out, getting them a little bit of a breather. They just can't keep up.
Here's Stevenson. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Stevenson against Shumpert. And Nance kicks to Ingram. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both.
We've seen it time and time again. Marksmanship from the line.
Moutier dishes to Antetokounmpo. Here's Randle. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
How about that assist? Accurate toss inside for the high percentage look.
Burke, the pass to Shumpert. The dish to Towns. Shoots. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15. From the floor.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Man, he shines when it matters most. They love getting him the rock in key situations like that.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo, you know, he's already got the personality of a star. And when you look at the overall skill set, I mean, he's very close to becoming an elite player in this league. I mean, he does a little bit of everything. And he can do it in a multitude of positions. That the Greek freak, as they call him, is the kind of player who could become the face of a franchise. And I think also because of his versatility, he's got the kind of game that you can mix and match with other types of players that I think could lead to a lot of success for this franchise.
Stevenson kicks to Randle. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
And talking about the potential of Giannis, some experts feel he's only a jump shot away from being a perennial all-star.
And he's cleaned up his mechanics as well. Still trying to develop that consistency. But on the playmaking side of things, he has excellent vision. Also racks up a lot of rebounds, blocks, and steals. So two things he really needs to avoid, though, to take the next step: turnovers and foul trouble.
Passes it to Stevenson. Dishes it to Moutier. Expanding his range. Mans with the rebound. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Conley with a wide open look. No good with the triple.
The defense took a big risk leaving him wide open and got lucky. He planked that outside shot.
And the basket by Stevenson.
Talk about leading your target perfectly. Nice assist.
Now here is Conley, defended by Moutier. Randle against Nance. Here's Conley. Bucket is good. Conley's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Now that's a gutsy take on his part to make that happen. Meaning would not have tried that over the larger defender.
Here's Valanciunas. The shot off that time. And the Pistons now going the other way. From the stripe. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And 12 points for Buddy Hield.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Here's Conley. Another miss by Conley. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Moutier kicks to Antetokounmpo. Launches it. Moutier, no good. And, well, Detroit, shooting in the fourth quarter, has been efficient at 56%.
That was massive. Huge play there. You got to love this game.
And the Kings making a change here. Marcus checked in.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 5. 51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ingram with the steal. And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
And those free throws, they're like little daggers, carving them out a bigger cushion.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're losing by 7. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
Parker. And that time, also a missed shot.
The lane was relatively open and didn't take advantage of a golden opportunity.
Ingram kicks to Towns. Basket counts. Towns has got 30 points.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
What are you asking? Maybe they should let up a little, right? This is just brutal to watch.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's stolen by Nance. He dishes it to Conley. Nance a screen on Parker. Conley inside the line. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so the Pistons take the win. They came in here.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you so much. Karl Anthony Towns took the second half of this game by storm. Time and time again, he came up with huge plays for his team. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we?